You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark because she's got a new job. Caitlin Clark has landed herself a new, very high-profile position, and I've been wondering when this was going to happen. I knew at some point, somewhere, with some miscellaneous media outlet, Caitlin Clark would get...
She stepped onto the national stage with bright lights and cameras everywhere and dropped a shocking announcement live on TV that nobody saw coming. Her first appearance on NBC NBA wasn't just a quick guest spot. It changed everything. It sent shockwaves through sports media instantly. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. Social media blew up, and the moment took over the internet. This wasn't just a one-time headline. It became a major moment people will talk about for years, proving she's a once-in-a-generation sports and cultural star.
This was going to happen. I knew at some point, somewhere, with some miscellaneous media outlet, Caitlin Clark would get a gig, and now we know where that gig's going to be, when that gig's going to be, and who that gig's going to be for. Before we get to that, make sure you are subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. And look, tip of the cap to a lot of you guys. We got a lot of new subscribers on that video I dropped yesterday afternoon that seemed to make a lot of people mad.
The surprise announcement confirmed that Caitlin Clark has taken on a big new role, making an unexpected move from the basketball court to the broadcast booth. She's joining NBC Sports, a major media company making a bold move. This isn't a small job. It's a high-profile role meant to grab attention right away and change how fans experience basketball coverage. The speed and size of this move shocked a lot of people and sparked excitement and debate across the sports world about what comes next.
We're crossing the line. We want to sign the deal. But that long wait doesn't mean Caitlin Clark has been away from the game. In fact, she notably suited up for USA Basketball Training Camp in December, has expressed her dedication for participating in all-team USA events with FIBA World Cup looming in September, and qualifiers taking place in March. So she has and will get the needed reps before finally taking the floor again with the Fever. In the meantime, she will be keeping busy in another role, one still involving basketball. It was announced on Tuesday.
Clark's groundbreaking move puts her in a special contributor role on NBC's brand new show, Basketball Night in America. This isn't a one-time special. It's meant to mirror the huge success of Football Night in America, which shows how serious NBC is about this project. Creating a flagship basketball show led by an active player shows how aggressive NBC is being in its push to dominate NBA coverage. Launching it with her as the face of the show has left many people in the industry shocked.
In the meantime, she will be keeping busy in another role, one still involving basketball. It was announced on Tuesday that Caitlin Clark will join NBC Sports to serve as a special contributor for its new Basketball Night in America program. Caitlin Clark will make her debut as a TV analyst on February 1st, preceding the Lakers versus Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, per a release from NBC. Wow. So her first live TV appearance as an analyst will air on February 1, right before the highly anticipated Lakers versus Knicks game at Madison Square Garden. This isn't a low-key start. It's a high-pressure, prime-time debut on one of the biggest stages in basketball. Choosing such a huge matchup for her first appearance shows just how high the expectations are for her to make an immediate impact and deliver moments that people will be talking about right away. This Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, per a release from NBC. Wow. So this would be akin to, they have Sunday Night Football, and it starts with a pregame show called Football Night in America. I didn't know they were creating Basketball Night in America, but here we are. Here we are. It will be Caitlin Clark's first time in an analyst-type role on TV. That's per Chloe Peterson. She will return to the broadcast table on March 9 for a game between Oklahoma City Thunder and the...
But her February 1 debut is just the start of this exciting new chapter. Caitlin Clark is set to return to the broadcast desk again on March 9th for another big game, this time featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Knicks. This makes it clear her role isn't a one-time experiment. She's becoming a regular presence, meant to keep fans watching and talking. With her recurring appearances, the buzz keeps growing, building momentum for Basketball Night in America and her fast-rising media career.
That's per Chloe Peterson. She will return to the broadcast table on March 9 for a game between Oklahoma City Thunder and the Knicks. Caitlin Clark joins Michael Jordan as a splashy acquisition for NBC and NBA coverage. Despite his limited role, simply having Jordan as part of the coverage created buzz. NBC is surely hoping Caitlin Clark's involvement will do the same. Of course, Caitlin Clark is expected to offer unique insights in assuming the analyst role for the first.
NBC is clearly counting on Clark to create the kind of huge buzz once linked to legends like Michael Jordan, who also made memorable appearances during NBC's NBA coverage. Even making that comparison is wild. It shows how strongly the network believes in her ability to pull massive audiences and create viral moments. It's clear her star power goes beyond basketball. She has the ability to light up a whole new platform and connect with a new generation of sports fans. The level of expectation around her is honestly shocking.
Scheduled to provide commentary for. And ultimately, the real anticipation is around how she will look when she comes back to the floor at 100% healthy. Let's go over here. This is the official from NBC Sports, the press release. And it basically does say the same thing. However, Caitlin Clark is going to join the studio team of Maria Taylor. She also hosts Football Night in America with Chris Sims and Mike Florio, Rodney Harrison, Tony Dunn.
Clark is joining a studio team already filled with big names. She'll be on screen with stars like Maria Taylor, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady. Being placed with such an elite group right away shows how much confidence NBC has in her talent and basketball IQ. She's not being treated like a beginner. She's stepping straight into the big leagues alongside Hall of Famers. It's a tough but exciting challenge, and her opinions will be watched closely and debated from day one.
Host Football Night in America with Chris Sims and Mike Florio, Rodney Harrison, Tony Dungy, and Jason Garrett. Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady for pregame commentary. So that's going to be really interesting. Quote, "I'm really excited to be part of Basketball Night in America crew this season," said Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is one of the most captivating players and dynamic scorers in basketball, said Sam Flood, executive producer of NBC Sports. We're excited.
Caitlin Clark has openly shared how excited she is about this new opportunity. In a statement released by NBC Sports, she said she's really excited to be part of the Basketball Night in America team this season. Her words give fans a rare look into how she feels about this major career move. It shows she's ready for new challenges and wants to make an impact beyond just playing. She's clearly thinking ahead and using her platform in smart, bold ways. NBC Sports executive producer Sam Flood backed that excitement, calling Clark one of the most exciting players and scorers in basketball today. His comments make it clear why NBC went all in on her. She has star power, deep basketball knowledge, and a natural ability to draw attention. NBC is betting that having an active player with her perspective will bring fresh energy to the broadcast and connect strongly with fans. This move also comes at an important time in Clark's career. Her 2025 WNBA season ended early because of an injury, and the 2026 season won't start until May. That leaves a long gap before she can return to the court at full strength. Stepping into a high-profile TV role keeps her connected to the game and turns what could have been downtime into a major opportunity. Adding to the uncertainty is the ongoing WNBA labor situation. With no new collective bargaining agreement in place yet, the start of the 2026 season is still up in the air. That makes Clark's TV role even more important, giving her a strong public presence during a period when her playing future is unclear. The rumored February 15th deadline for a deal only adds more tension. Even with all this going on, Clark has stayed fully committed to basketball. She participated in USA Basketball training camp in December and plans to take part in Team USA events, including World Cup qualifiers in March and the World Cup later this year. This keeps her sharp, game-ready, and fully involved in the sport beyond the WNBA. Her basketball IQ is one of her biggest strengths, and many believe it will make her transition to TV almost seamless. She understands the game at a deep level and can break down plays, read defenses, and explain strategy in real time. That kind of insight from an active player is rare, and it's exactly what NBC wants to bring something new to their coverage. NBC